riding through the National Forests of Arizona. Starting in the Coconino National Forest, just outside the small town of Strawberry. Then riding through Tonto National Forest to Houston Mesa Campground. The Coconino National Forest. The forest is over 1,800,000 acres. We are riding on Arizona State Route 260. Coconino is the Hopi tribe's name for a few of the other tribes in the area. The forest is in the middle of Coconino County. We are entering Tonto National Forest. This is part 37 on our ride from Texas to California and back again. Tonto National Forest is the largest national forest in Arizona. It is over 2.9 million acres and has over 3 million visitors a year. Tonto National Forest was established in 1905. The original purpose of the forest was to protect the watershed. The forest has 6 reservoirs and can store over 2 million acre-feet of water. The town of Strawberry. The population of Strawberry is 961. Most of this tiny town is to the west of the highway. Strawberry is home to the oldest standing schoolhouse in Arizona. The one-room log schoolhouse was built in 1884. The schoolhouse is now a historical monument. It is sometimes open on the weekends and may be toured by appointment. The town of Pine. The 2010 census has Pine with a population of 1,963. How to get on and off a heavily packed bike. Looking near the bottom of my bag, you can just see the bear spray. We do travel in bear country a lot. I've only seen bear in the distance while on the bike, but I'm not taking any chances. I have been about 20 feet away from a bear while walking in the forest, and closer than that in a car. Mormon families settled here in 1879. There is a Pine Strawberry Museum on the main road in Pine. It has displays and artifacts of the area's history. The town of Pine is at an elevation of 5,369 feet. On the left is the turnoff for the Pine Trailhead of the Arizona Trail. The Arizona National Scenic Trail is a non-motorized trail. It runs 800 miles from Mexico to Utah. Mountain bikes and dogs are allowed on the Arizona Trail. A permit is not needed to hike, but it is needed to camp. There is a community of trail anglers. These are people that help with anything from shuttles, water, and laundry. On the right is a turnoff to Tonto Natural Bridge State Park. We have visited the state park on a previous motorcycle trip to the area. I do have it in another video, and I will put a link in the description below. It's a fun canyon twisty ride to the state park. And the natural rock bridge formation with a waterfall is cool to see. We are still on Arizona State Route 260. We are on this highway until we reach the campground. Highway 260 is on a website listing America's dangerous roads. The total length of Arizona State Route 260 is 217 miles. We have ridden the entire road before. This trip we are riding most of the road, starting at Interstate 17 and ending east at Egar. So far, going this route through Arizona has been our favorite. It is pretty mountain twisty roads, cooler temperatures, and off the interstate. The Dangerous Roads website comments on the state of the road during the winter. We are at a high enough elevation to get snow. Riding over the East Verde River. The website also comments on the sometime narrowness of the road and the abundance of wildlife. One reason we don't ride at night. We see the sign that has the turnoff for our campground. Our home for the night, Houston Mesa Campground. Thanks for joining us as we ride through the National Forests of Arizona. Please hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and add any comments below. Hit the notifications bell and you'll be notified for our next videos. We have more desert to cross, and then we're going to go down the old Highway 666, also called the Coronado Trail. Trying to find a campsite for the night. We thought this was free, but it ended up to be a group site. So on to the next place. Trying again, hopefully we found a spot. This campground is different the way it's laid out, with the campsites in the woods a bit, making it nice and private. This looked like a double site. We weren't sure if it was a group spot as well or not. The tags on the sites were for the next night, but tonight, and these spots at least, was free. Here comes the campground host, so I flagged her down to ask her where we can camp. She showed us a spot that was not booked for the next day, so we wouldn't have to be in a hurry to leave. Found our home for the night, and we were lucky we didn't have neighbors to the sides of us. The campground host had her family there, but they left not long after we arrived. I went to pay and get firewood. We had just enough time to set up camp, have dinner, and clean up before it got dark. We enjoyed a nice fire, and we even heard the coyotes that night. I did have the bear spray inside the tent. Check out my social media to follow my moto adventures.